We're back and we've got 3 fantastic new butter bowl recipes to try out. Butter bowls have been all the rage recently and we're going to show you exactly why they're so popular. The first one is the chickpea quinoa butter bowl, and the first thing we need to do is get the quinoa cooking. We've got a 1/4 cup of quinoa, so we go in there. To make the perfect quinoa, we need double the amount of water. You can rinse the quinoa first and that will get rid of any bitterness. Get that going on a medium heat. As soon as the water's evaporated, turn the heat off and leave a tea towel over the top. For now, we're going to cook it uncovered and just add a little bit of salt for flavour. While the quinoa is cooking, we'll move on to the red onion. You need 1 small red onion or about half of a medium onion, like this one. And we're going to go for half rings, thin.
Okay, cool.
Onion is done, time for 2 figs chopped. Okay. Next up is the sauce. It's very easy, it's a very simple sauce. We're going to take half a spoon of mustard, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of water, and make it a bit more like a runny sauce. Give it a good mix. A little salt and pepper to finish it off. And that is beautiful. The quinoa has evaporated all of the water. If you have a look in there, not really any liquid left. So what we're going to do now is turn off the heat, stick a tea towel over it for 5 minutes. That's going to help it fluff up. In the meantime, while that is fluffing, we will get the chickpeas drained and rinsed, the salad too. Okay, time to assemble the butter bowl. A handful of corn salad, mixed in half of the onion. If you're doing this for more than 2 people, I'd do it in a big bowl just to save time. A few figs. Time for the chickpeas. That's 1 full can of chickpeas, about 400 grams, 15-16 ounces.
Yep.
And half of them onto this bowl. And finally, the quinoa. It's ready, it's fluffy and puffed up. That's perfect. First butter bowl is ready. That took a maximum of 15 minutes. So the moment we've all been waiting for, let's get the maple syrup mustard dressing on there. If that doesn't make you hungry, I don't know what will. We're ready to eat. We're on to butter bowl number 2. It's a green butter bowl with rice and tofu. Let's get the rice going. Half a cup of rice and double the amount of water. Get that going on a good heat.
Some salt, yeah.
Bit of salt in there. We're gonna add a bit of turmeric as well. Then it's gonna need about 12 minutes. We're gonna bring it to the boil, and after it's boiling, settle it back down to simmer. That is the tofu. Gonna slice it into thin-ish pieces. We're using about 300 grams or 10 ounces of tofu. We're gonna cut them into triangles.
And it's a smoky tofu, right?
This is a smoked tofu, that's exactly right.
Looks like ham or something.
Smells a bit like it as well.
Yeah.
It tastes even better.
Oh yes.
Time for the tofu. A couple of teaspoons of olive oil. 2 will be fine. Maybe we'll add a little more later. We'll see how the tofu soaks it up. Get that on a medium heat and get the tofu frying. And that's going to fry it for about as long as the rice is cooking.
Nice.
Next up, give the rocket or the arugula a quick wash. Get that ready, and then time to chop the red onion. This time we're going to go for 1/4 moons, I think.
In total, like 1 small red onion, right?
Right. Yeah. So 1 small red onion or half a medium one, something like this amount.
Looking good.
Looking good. Of course, every butter bowl needs a sauce, and that's what we're going to make now. This is a hummus sauce thinned out with water and a bit of lemon juice, so it goes a bit further over our salad. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of hummus, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and about 6 spoons of water. And there we have a nice, not too thick, not too thin, creamy hummus dressing. Looking good.
It does.
The tofu's been cooking for a few minutes on one side. Let's have a look. Looking good.
Oh yes.
Nice. So we'll get the rest flipped over. You might need to do a few by hand. Okay, tofu is ready. The rice is ready. These are looking good. So let's make like the Avengers and assemble. Let's get this thing thrown together. Get a handful of rocket, arugula, mix in some of the onions. Again, if you're doing this for more than 2 people, I do it in a big bowl. For 2 people is probably quickest and with less washing up. And finally the tofu. Look at that. Nice and crispy.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well cooked spots. That's really good. Okay, butter bowl is assembled. Let's get the dressing on there. And there we have it, butter bowl number 2. Okay, we're moving on to butter bowl number 3. This time it's lentils and roast potatoes. Especially good if you're cooking for large groups. First, we're going to deal with the lentils. We're going to dice half an onion. Okay, we're going to heat up about a spoonful of olive oil and get the onions frying in there. That's half a diced onion. Okay, after about 3 minutes, the onions are going to be starting to cook nicely. A third of a cup of lentils, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 cup of veggie broth. Give it a good stir, get it all mixed in. We'll get it out to boiling, then put a lid on it and let it simmer for about half an hour. Then we'll take care of the potatoes. Okay, time to take care of the potatoes. We're going to chop these into bite-sized pieces. We're going for about 4 medium-ish potatoes. A couple of these are bigger, a couple are smaller than what I would call medium. I've decided to leave the skin on here. If your skin isn't too nice though, feel free to cut it off. This is borderline, but I think it's going to be okay. Off they go into the tray, and we're going to cover them with about another tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of salt, and give them a mix around. Try and get them coated nice and evenly. We're going to use some thyme, but that goes in halfway through. We don't want the dried herbs to burn, and they will if they go in too early. That's looking good. If we can leave a little gap between the potatoes, they tend to cook a little bit quicker, so we'll leave gaps where we can. Of course, that's not possible for every piece. Okay, into the oven. It's preheated, and that is going in at about 200 degrees Celsius or 390-ish Fahrenheit. They're going to cook for about half an hour. They should finish at about the same time as the lentils. Next, we're going to take care of the salad. It's going to be thinly sliced cucumber and very finely diced onion, the other half of the onion. So let's get going with the cucumber. Fingers out of the way, off into the bowl. And next, the onion. This one we're going to very finely dice. That also goes off into our bowl. Okay, we're going to add a bit of taste to the salad. So we're going to grab 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and some salt. And of course, give it another mix. It's a very simple sauce. All we're going to do is use some sour cream, a few tablespoons of water, and a couple of teaspoons of parsley. Give it all a good mix.
Nice and drizzly for the butter bowl, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, we don't want it too thick or else we're not going to be able to cover all the salad properly. Sauce is ready, the salad's ready, which is waiting for the lentils and potatoes. Then we'll put it all together. Okay, halfway through, about 15 or 20 minutes, we're going to get the potatoes out, see how they're doing, and add the dried thyme. Maybe about a teaspoon of thyme. Give them a quick stir, and mix around, and stick them straight back in the oven. Okay, about 35 minutes have passed. The lentils should be ready. Perfect. Let's have a look at the potatoes. And thank you. Perfect.
Nice.
Let's get this final butter bowl together. It's time to assemble. So this is our crispy potato and lentil butter bowl. Lentils next.
All right.
Face of concentration.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get these butter bowls right.
Yeah,
all right.
definitely enough as well. These nice big servings.
The salad. So let's get that in there. And finally, sauce goes right into the middle as it looks nice and pretty. That's the crispy potato and lentil butter bowl done. This one is especially good for families or big groups. This is really easy to double the ingredients. So, number 3, done. All right, 3 butter bowls done in 3 very different ways. If you like what you're seeing here, don't forget to subscribe or click like. That tells us we know you like it. These 2 butter bowls were super fast. The sauces are great. This one takes a little bit longer, but it's fantastic for bigger groups or families. I can't wait to get started. Let's dig in. See you later.